Hi everybody, welcome to English Usage. We're going to wrap up the lecture portion of adjectives today in this particular lecture, and we're going to start with the placement of adjectives. We have already talked about the first page of the handout on adjectives that I gave you some time ago, it seems like. I hope you're doing well. I hope I'm finally back in the classroom, but I'm doing adjectives and little mini lectures because God only knows what's really going to happen with the recuperation after my knee surgery. Thank you very much for your indulgence and your patience and your understanding. If you have any questions, you do not hesitate to contact me or go see Tito or contact Tito in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Very good. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I hope your semester is progressing very nicely. Hang in with this grammar stuff. I'm going to be back in the flesh, hopefully on October 6th, the day of your pronoun exam. Okay? And we'll get it all taken care of, people. We will get it done, and you will do fine. Okay? Hang in. You got to study. You just got to study this stuff. It's difficult in the best of situations, let alone with your teacher gallivanting around with a gimp knee. Okay? All right. Very good. So let's talk now about the placement of adjectives. The placement of adjectives is fairly important if we're really going to study grammar, and grammar is the function of the study of words and their function. Okay? There are different places you can put adjectives in a sentence. That's a function of them. The first place is as the attributive adjective. And if you'll look at the top of the second page of the adjective handout that I gave you back in August, I guess maybe it was really September, you will see what the definition of attributive is. An attributive adjective comes right before the noun it modifies. It comes right before the noun it modifies. My red glasses. My silver ring. The empty classroom, the darkened hallway, comes right before the noun it modifies. The lost puppy sat at the door. Lost comes right before puppy. It's attributive, comes right before. The second placement for an adjective is as the appositive, in the appositive position. And a positive position adjective comes right after the noun it modifies. The appositive adjective comes right after, immediately after the noun it modifies. My boyfriend, tall, dark, and handsome, gave me a Porsche for Christmas. Tall, dark, handsome comes after boyfriend, the noun I'm modifying. Okay, see what I say? The paper burned and charred sat at my feet. The paper burned, charred are the adjectives modifying paper. Let's look what we got here. I bought a birthday card for mother. For mother is an adjective phrase, an adjective prepositional phrase. It modifies card. Which card? For mother. To find your adjectives, find your nouns first and ask which of them. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Find your nouns and ask which. Those are going to be your adjectives. Okay? The third position is the predicate adjective. And this is kind of difficult, but think back to when we talked about nouns and pronouns and we talked about predicate nominatives. Basically the same thing, only different. It's a different function. A predicate adjective has a three-part definition. First of all, it appears in the predicate. It appears in the predicate. Second of all, it follows a linking verb. follows a linking verb. Third of all, it modifies the subject of the clause. Modifies the subject of a clause. What's a predicate nominative? Appears in the predicate after a linking verb, renames the subject. Predicate nominative is a noun. A predicate adjective is an adjective. They both affect the subject. Predicate nominative renames the subject. A predicate adjective modifies, describes the subject. See the diff? Two different ways. Mandy is my cousin. Mandy is my subject. Is my linking verb. My predicate nominative is cousin, a noun that renames Mandy. Predicate nominative. Mandy is beautiful. Mandy is my subject. Is my linking verb. Beautiful is an adjective, the predicate adjective that modifies Mandy. A predicate adjective comes in the predicate after a linking verb, modifies or describes the subject. Okay? That English teacher was mean. Teacher is your subject, was is your verb, mean is your predicate adjective. What does it modify? The subject teacher. Mean teacher. He is handsome. He is your subject, is your linking verb, and handsome is your predicate adjective. Note, the only way an adjective can modify a pronoun is if it's a predicate adjective. The only way an adjective will modify a pronoun is if that adjective is a predicate adjective. I can't say ugly her. I can't say shameful she. I can only say she is shameful. He is sad. My subjects are pronouns. The predicate adjective is the way to modify a pronoun that functions as a subject. Okay? Weird little thing of grammar. Isn't that odd? Never thought of that before, did you? Shocking. You won't think of it again. Okay. Then there are types of adjectives. And this is the last portion of adjectives. I mean, adjective ain't much to them. Okay? There are two basic types of adjectives. And the first is the descriptive adjective. The descriptive adjective denotes a feature or a characteristic of the noun or the pronoun. It's modified. Like tall. The tall tree shades my patio. Her father drives a race car. Her modifies father. Race modifies car. They're both descriptive. That excellent book is my favorite. Excellent modifies book. It's in the attributive position. What's the rest of my sentence? Excellent. Excellent is a predicate nominative. No, predicate adjective. Excellent is a predicate adjective modifying book. Okay? It's a descriptive adjective. Descriptive adjective. You can have a specialized descriptive adjective called a proper adjective. A proper adjective is derived from a proper noun. I want that for the definition on the exam over adjectives. The definition of a proper adjective is an adjective derived from a proper noun. I drink English tea for breakfast. English is derived from, D-E-R-I-V-E-D, derived from the proper noun England. I own a Swiss watch. Swiss is the adjective modifying watch, and Swiss is derived from the proper noun Switzerland. Proper adjectives are always capitalized. Okay? Then you have, and I've got other examples here in your notes. The second type of adjective is the definitive adjective. Definitive adjective. D-E-F-I-N-I-T-I-V-E. Definitive. There are certain types of definitives. Okay? The definition of a definitive adjective limits the modification of the noun or pronoun it's modifying. A definitive adjective limits the definition, the modification, the description of the noun or pronoun it's modifying. We have 4 different types of definitive adjectives. The first is the demonstrative. There are 4 demonstrative adjectives. This, that, these, and those. They point out, it's that man, it's this book, it's those people, it's these chairs. When you don't follow this, that, these, those with a noun, they're pronouns. That is my favorite. That is a pronoun. It's the subject. That book is my favorite. Now that becomes an adjective. A demonstrative adjective. It points out. It certainly limits the modification of book to that book. Not all of them or not all of these. Or this book. It's that book. See the diff? Okay. The second type of definitive adjective is the numeral adjective. The numeral adjective indicates number, or quantity, or order. Numeral adjectives indicate number, order, or quantity. I dated 15 men last weekend. 15 is a number, and it modifies men. Which men? The 2? The dozen? Nope. 15. I like the second chapter best. Second is a numeral adjective modifying chapter, and it tells us order. So numerals deal with numerals. Okay? They deal with numbers. The third type of definitive adjective is the indefinite adjective. We're not sure what's being described here. We don't know what the modification really is. I'll take a few of those chips. Those. Is a demonstrative modifying chips. But few? I'll take a few chips? How many's few? You're going to give me 3? You're going to give me 1? You're going to give me 2 hands full? What about the word both? Just how many is both? Both boxes? It's definite. Okay. Many? I have owned many cars in my life. How many's many? Is it 3? Is it 21? So we don't really know what the limit of modification is. It is unclear. It's indefinite. Okay? And those, I think, are probably the hardest types of adjectives to identify. And then we've got pronominal. Pronominal adjectives are possessive case pronouns. Think back to your pronoun telephone poles. Your personal pronoun telephone poles and your possessive case telephone poles. Those are your pronominal adjectives. Okay? That's them. My, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. Those are your pronominal adjectives. Check back to the notes that you took when we talked about pronouns. The pronominal adjectives are the possessive case pronouns. Okay? Now when you parse an adjective, the very last sentence here at the bottom of page 2, we wrap this up with this. To parse an adjective, you tell its placement, a positive, predicate, or attributive. You tell its degree of inflection, whether it's inflected to the base level, the comparative level, or the superlative level. And you tell its type, whether it's descriptive or definitive. And specifically, what definitive is it? Is it demonstrative, numeral, indefinite, or pronominal? Okay, so that's all you can tell about an adjective. That's about it, babe. Okay? If you got questions, I'm the answerer. Okay? Very good. Thank you guys for listening. I hope this is the last lecture you'll have to listen to me to, because I think we can tackle our adjective worksheets when I come back on October 8th. I'll be back on October 6th for the pronoun exam, and then I hope to be able to lead us through the adjective worksheets on October 6th. Okay? Alrighty, very good. Thank you so much for your indulgence and your patience and your prayers and your kindness in allowing me to do this for you. I hope it hasn't been too dysfunctional or disjointed or difficult for you to manage time to find these few lectures. It's taken quite a while to do them, but I thought if we did them in little pieces like this, it wouldn't be so overwhelming. So I hope you have followed along well. You can watch these again and again. You can compare and contrast what I've said to the printed off notes that I have given you way back in September time. It seems like it's been forever since I've seen you, and I can't wait to see you again. So you take care of yourselves. I'll be around. I sure hope so. Please, Lord, let it be. I'll see you on October 6th. We'll tackle worksheets in class, in our class at 11 o'clock on Wednesday, October 8th. Your pronoun exam will be Monday, October 6th in the classroom at 11 o'clock. Alrighty? Very good. Thanks so much, people. You take care of yourselves. God bless you, and thanks for your patience. You take care. Bye-bye.